Hello everyone. I'm really sorry it's been such a long time since I've done my other YouTube videos, but I've just been really busy because school started again and had a lot of work to do and everything, so I'm really sorry about that. But I hope you enjoy that upcoming video. And today my video is going to be on dyeing my hair and my experiences with hair dye and everything like that. As you can probably see, I've had it dyed again. You probably can't see it in this light actually because it's awful, my lighting. It's quite a lot darker than I had it before. So yeah, firstly, I would like to advise anyone who's thinking about having their hair dyed not to get it done unless you have a hairdresser that you really trust and like you've been to quite a lot, and if you kind of have a really subtle colour done, then yeah, that's fine. But with me, I had quite like dramatic colours put on that are really a lot different to my natural hair colour. So I'm going to be talking about that today. So when I first got started colouring my hair, I first got highlights on my birthday, for my birthday, and they were like coppery and they were actually really nice. They were like subtle, but for me they didn't make much of a difference. And I was quite young and I was just like, oh yeah, well I want it to look different. I want to kind of like get compliments about it and so it looks really nice. So I started to get like a copper colour put on it and my mum used to do that for me with a home dyeing kit. I think it was a L'Oreal one, and that went quite well as well. It was light and sorry, and it was like really, I liked it quite a lot. Um, yeah, that was a nice kind of coppery colour, and we did that for a while. We kept like when the roots started to show, we did it again, so it looked like nice. And then I decided I wanted to change from that, and I wanted to go blonde. Now, as you can probably imagine, this wasn't a very good idea because I have naturally dark colouring. I have dark eyebrows, really dark eyebrows, as you can see, and so it was just not going to work. But I decided to try it out anyway, and we used a home dyeing kit, which was a big mistake. I remember my mum colouring it. She put it all over my head. We left it for a while, and when I came back, I could see the difference. There was like a really kind of like, how do I put this? Orange squash, kind of blondie ginger orange colour at the top, really bright, and then at the bottom, it was like brown, like my natural colour, which looked awful. Oh my god, I can remember being really upset about it. So we went to the hairdressers, my local hairdressers, and they. I was really worried that they were gonna like laugh at me, but they were just like really helpful. They were really nice, and they just said, "Oh look, this is what we can do." So they evened it all out, so it was more kind of like even blonde, and it was kind of goldy colour, and that was I can't really remember what that was like, to be honest. I'm not sure it suited me, but I had that done in the holidays, so luckily no one saw. But yeah, I don't really think it suited me, especially because I have such dark eyebrows. Again, my colouring is quite dark, so I don't think it suited me. So I remember going back there and I got a really dark brown on, not quite as dark as this, but quite dark, and had that on, but I didn't really. I liked it at first, but it kind of faded out into kind of like my natural colour, and that wasn't really what I wanted. So through the summer, it kind of got damaged my hair, really like heat damaged it, and it got kind of lighter and lighter and gingery and awful. So at the end of the summer, I got it done again. I got it cut quite a lot, so it's about there. And then I had a kind of plummy purple colour put on it, which was quite bright. It's a lot brighter than I first thought it was because, you know, I wasn't outside and the lighting was quite dark, and I thought, wow, that's like just kind of like browny, purpley, but actually it was really purple, quite a bright colour. And people at school were like, oh, it's really nice, yeah. A couple of the teachers were a bit like, her hair looks a bit bright, she's kind of going against the rules a bit, but, you know. So I really liked that colour. But again, as it started to kind of come out, I was left with this kind of, because of the bright blonde that had been put on there before, the roots, it was all kind of going a bit gingery at the ponytail. And then I'd had comments from people saying, oh, it looks like you've got like kind of reddy at the front colour, and then at the back your ponytail's like ginger, and I was just like, oh great, that's not what you really want to hear. So yeah, I went to a different hairdresser this time because my hairdresser was getting shut down, or I don't know, it's closing or something. And I said, yeah, I really want a really dark brown, like a really dark brown. Yeah, and I looked at the colours, and because the colour chart looks so different to what you actually have on your hair, and you don't realise, I got it done a really, really dark black colour basically, ebony-ish mixed in with this brown, and the hairdresser didn't really seem to say anything about it. She was very, very unhelpful, and so I came out with this very, very, very dark black hair, which I didn't mind at first. I think it must have been the shock of having such dark hair that I just kind of thought, oh well, this is how it's gonna look. And then I had a meltdown about it, and I was just like, oh my god, this hair is just, I can't go into school with this, it's so embarrassing, I look like a goth vampire person, I just can't cope with it. So so I went into school the next day, and some people were like, oh, it's really nice, some people were just like, wow, that's really different, but I kind of knew the general opinion was not good, you know, and I didn't like it, and if I wasn't comfortable with it, I wasn't going to have it. So that night, we decided to put another colour on it, which was, well, we colour stripped it first to get the colour off, and then we put on a home dye, which was a dark brown from the L'Oreal range. We expected it to go dark brown, which is a bit lighter than what I had, but it didn't work. It just went the same dark, horrible black colour that I hated, and I was really upset. And so my mum said, well, you can have a day off school tomorrow. So in the morning, well, not a day off school, the morning off school, which turned into a day off school, to get your hair fixed. So we got another colour stripper and another dye, which was a lighter dye than what we'd used, and it was still from the L'Oreal range, and we colour stripped it and we put the dye on, and again it was a horrible dark black that I did not want. So I really wanted to get rid of that, and by that time I was really angry and really just frustrated with my hair colour, as you can imagine. So I went to a hairdresser's, which was called, I'm not going to say what it's called, but it was basically a complete like con. It was ridiculous how much money they were going to charge us. They said, oh, you need to have highlights, you're going to have to drain the colour out, blah blah blah, and it was not, you know, it was just, no, it was basically, anyway, so we went to a different hairdresser's, which was closing down, and they recommended we go to a college which was doing a hairdressing course on colour stripping, like colour correction. So we said, okay, fine, we'll do that. So we went there, and it turned out we were a day late. So we had to go back to the original place where I'd had my hair done, which was a bit embarrassing, as you can probably imagine. But we managed to go back there, and they would sort us out. they sorted us out. I didn't have the hairdresser that I'd had last time, which was good. And basically they like put all this kind of cleansing conditioner on, and they kind of put this hat on. It was a big kind of like white hat, and it kind of like steamed the colour out. Don't ask me how, I have absolutely no idea. But I spent a good 2 hours in there, which I suppose is nicer than going to school all day. And they managed to get it to this like lighter kind of black. I mean, it's still kind of, well, not really black. It's like a really, 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 really dark brown, which looks a bit black, but it's not really. It's a lot lighter than it was originally. So I'm quite happy with it now, to be honest. And they said that the intensity is going to like fade anyway. So hopefully it will go out to a nice dark brown, which was the colour that I actually wanted in the first place. And at the moment, to like kind of keep the colour in a bit, because I actually quite like it, I have this, which I got for Christmas, because I knew I was going to get my hair done, like, in January. So, this is a, like, Matrix Biolage Colour Care shampoo, and it comes in a bottle like this with, like, a pink top. It smells really nice. It's all, like, natural, and I really like that one. It smells really amazing. And this is the conditioner, and it's the same. It just like looks like that. Comes in a tube. It's really nice. You can get these from Beauty Bay. You can't really get them off Boots or like from a high street store because they're quite professional. You probably have to go online to find them, but they're really good for like hair, coloured hair basically. So yeah, that's my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope I've convinced you not to like do too much with your hair, because that's like the awful experiences that I have had. But hopefully in the future I'll do like less dyeing with it. But I'm quite happy with it now. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!